Okay, in 2 days, I'm flying all the way to Albania for the start of the Giro d'Italia 2025. But first I want to play through this entire Giro on Pro Cycling Manager 2024. Because I want a Pro Cycling Manager preview to see who is going to win this Giro d'Italia 2025. Is it going to be Roglic, Ayuso, or someone else? Anyway, let's find out. As I said, the Giro this year does not start in Italy. It starts in Albania with a stage to Tirana. We've got a versatile sprint stage is what I classify this as. After that, a 13-kilometer time trial and a medium mountain stage on day 3, but with a flat finish. It is sprinting time on stage 4, 5, and 6. But then the race starts to spicing up with a mountain finish on day 7 on Tagliacozzo. After that, a medium mountain stage and a Strade Bianche-like parkour on day 9. I reckon this one's gonna be very fun to play. Stage 10 is a 28.7-kilometer flat time trial, so in total so far, 41 kilometers of time trial. That's quite a bit. Followed by 2 sprint stages. And actually, the next 2 stages are set to be puncher stages, but I see versatile sprint stages here. But now it's time for the proper mountains. Stage 15 has the return of the Monte Grappa, and after that we climb the fish from Nemo, Dori, and we finish on the plateau on top. But I feel like stage 16 is even harder with 5 climbs included, and the last 2 are actually proper climbs. Like I'm talking 18 kilometers at 6%. Talking about proper climbs, stage 17, Passo del Tonale to the high mountains. After that, the Passo del Mortirolo, one of my favorite climbs of the Giro. That being said, after the Mortirolo, a bit of a light ending, so it forces the GC riders to attack on the Mortirolo, which I like that. A chill day for the sprinters, followed by another massive mountain stage on stage 19. We've got the Col Sicori 16k at 8%, followed by Col San Pantaleon 16k 7%, Col de Joux 17k 7%, followed by the Antagnot 8k at 5%, so forcing the riders to attack once again on the second last climb. And actually, the same counts for stage 20, a light start to the stage, but then we've got the Colle del Finestre, the hardest climb in the race, 18k at 9.2%, followed by the easier Sestriere climb. And after all that crazy action, stage 21 is a sprint stage. Now let's take a look at the start list. The favorite for the race is undoubtedly Primoz Roglic, 81 mountain, 82 medium mountain, 77 time trial. He's the man to beat. And he's actually got a pretty strong team around him. Daniel Felipe Martinez podiumed this race last year. Jai Hindley won this race a couple of years ago. And then support riders like Tratnik, Pellizzari, and so forth. In real life, his main adversary will be Juan Ayuso at UAE Team Emirates. 79 mountain, 79 medium mountain, 76 time trial. So not as good in the game. And actually, in PCM, outside of the time trial stat, Adam Yates is a better climber. So we might see an interesting fight for leadership in-house at UAE. But also a super strong team. Rafa Maika, Isaac Del Toro, Brandon McNulty, and Jay Vine. There's also quite a few teams that have a GC leader and a sprinter. Lidl Trek brings Giulio Ciccone and Mes Perez into the race. Visma Lease Bike has Simon Yates and Olaf Koy at this race. Also Wout van Aert for versatile stages. Soudal Quickstep with Mikel Landa and Paul Manier for the sprints. I can't wait to see what he can do at a Grand Tour. Anyway, I won't go through every single team, but what team shall I play with? My team is Q36.5 with Tom Pidcock as GC leader. 75 mountain, 79 medium mountain, 79 Hillstad, but our time trial is only 71. Realistically, I think top 10 is the maximum for Tom Pidcock, but I want to aim a little bit higher. I want to go for a top 5 in GC. Next to Pidcock, we also have a sprinter, Matteo Moschetti, 78 sprint stat, but his problem is he might drop on a bridge. 56 mountain stat only. We've actually got pretty solid climbing support in Damien Howson, and also Mark Donovan with 74 mountain, and Gianluca Brambilla. So yeah, Q36.5 with the goal of getting a top 5 in GC, and perhaps 3 stage wins is what I want. And to be honest, that would be a massive success for this team. Anyway, starting off at stage 1, already a very interesting stage for our team because it's a punchy parkour with a flat finish. And I don't think Moschetti can survive this parkour, so we're gonna have to try to make it hard for Tom Pidcock. And actually, our favorites are Wout van Aert, Primoz Roglic, and our man Tom Pidcock, so let's make it happen. There we go, let's get this Giro started. Okay, the Giro has started. Tom Pidcock at the front of the peloton, the first time I'm playing with Q36.5 in PCM, so that's quite fun. 81 Hillstad and 71 sprint on the day, so I reckon this finish fits quite well. We've got a 5-man breakaway up the road, but not exactly dangerous riders, so this is easily controllable, and lots of teams are doing so for us, so I'm not complaining. I'm not just gonna sit here and do nothing though. On the middle climb of the day, I'm pacing in the peloton with Frédéric Frison, making the stage a little bit harder because I want the pure sprinters to not survive this one. Oh snap, the tempo of Frédéric Frison has snapped the peloton in half. 134 people behind. I can't tell whether there are any GC... Oh, Tiberi is behind, so that is a GC rider. Mes Pedersen is behind. Simon Yates is behind. We might as well keep this going. Absolute chaos on the road. The second peloton has also snapped in half now. 39 people trying to bridge towards the front peloton. The third peloton is 28 people, then a group of 70 people. I do feel like everything's gonna come back together, but I'm having fun. Okay, the peloton has doubled in size at the moment. It's now 74 people. We're about to start the second last climb of the day. Frison is pacing to the foot. Sukovsky is about to take over on that climbing segment himself. I'll try and get Moschetti to the front because there's no way he's sprinting at the end of the stage, so he might as well become a domestique here. I simply want to keep the pressure going, you know? Wait, why is Mikel Landa pacing? I know that you've got Manier in your team, but isn't Landa your GC rider? Why is he pacing on stage 1 of the Giro for a sprinter? As we are crossing the top of the second last climb with Zukovsky, the peloton's back to 140 people, so everything is back together. Okay then, 19 kilometers to go, 1 climb left, the Surel climb once again, 1 minute towards the breakaway, the peloton has snapped once again, and I'm loving it. I will not complain about that, under the pressure of Matteo Moschetti and Affini, so the perfect Italian combination. I'm gonna keep on pushing with Zukovsky right now, there we go. Come on boys, keep on going, 40 seconds behind the breakaway, Hausen now doing the last bit of the climb, 1.5k towards the top. Donovan about to take over right now on... Not yet, not yet, not yet. So many corners. I'm liking it because I needed it there. Hausen protects Donovan towards the top on 95. Is that possible? I reckon it's possible. Keep on going, keep on going. The peloton is 47 people, so that's a nice smaller group. But now the question is, can Tom Pidcock win the reduced sprint? Actually, it's a downhill run-in, so I should just keep on going. 99 with my team. Donovan can take over. Brambilla can take over almost. My entire team at the front. We've got Caruso doing something. I will not launch too late. I cannot launch too late. We gotta get Hausen out of the way, Asparen out of the way, Sukovsky out of the way. Brambilla can launch right now with Pidcock in the wheel. Pidcock can launch pretty soon as well. Come on, Pidcock. Come on, Pidcock. Right now, Tom. Right now. Mosca on the right side of the road. There comes Tom Pidcock in the middle. Roglic on the left side. Is he gonna beat us? No. Tom Pidcock wins stage 1 of the Giro d'Italia 2025 and takes the Maglia Rosa. That is exactly what I was going for. I love that. There we go. That's my boy Tom Pidcock winning stage 1 ahead of Roglic, who also takes bonus seconds for GC ahead of his teammate Jai Hindley. So interesting combination for the podium. But this is even more beautiful. Q36.5, a full Maglia Rosa kit for Tom Pidcock. That is gonna be beautiful on stage 2. That's for certain. But I have to say that is not just Tom Pidcock's victory. Our entire team from the foot of that second cat climb in the middle of the stage went all out until the finish, and that is why Tom Pidcock won. My goodness, what a fantastic start to the Giro. Okay, I forgot about this. Stage 2 is a 13.9 kilometer time trial, so Pidcock is losing his Maglia Rosa. There's no doubt about it. I don't have a single rider capable of competing for a time trial, so my only goal in these time trials is trying to lose as little time as possible with Pidcock. There is our man in the Maglia Rosa about to start his time trial on, let's say, 90 right now. I want to spend some of my red bar on this flat segment at the start to get up to speed. Now I'll lower it towards 86 because I want to spend the rest of my energy mostly on that climb in the middle here. I have to be honest, that full pink kit on Pidcock looks absolutely stunning right now. There he goes, onto the climbing segment, so let's do 88, maybe 89, not too much either. We don't want to run out of red bar, 87, 86. Let's wait to the top and then drop it down 85. We've got a small descent right here, so what if I drop it right now to 65 in the descent? Then I can recover a little bit, and now up to 85 again on the flat segment. We recovered a bit of our red bar, and now we're gonna spend that energy towards the finish line. Like, this time trial is too short to spend all of our yellow bars, so it's about spending our red bar right now, and we're almost doing that. There we go, into the final stretch, and we finish on 1 minute and 11 seconds. But Wout van Aert is the winner of this time trial by 10 seconds on Roglic. Thing is, I wasn't expecting to keep the Maglia Rosa on this time trial. That was just unrealistic, but I am curious where we are in GC now. We are now 15th on 1 minute and 2 seconds of the lead right now, and I gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting to be passed by riders like Giulio Ciccone here. So quite a disappointing time trial actually. But hey, the race is not over. If anything, it has only just begun. Stage 3 now, a medium mountain stage with only one climb. It's a pretty serious climb with gradients up to 20% in PCM. Primoz Roglic is the favorite. I'll try to attack that climb and I'll see where we go from there. Hopefully to a second stage win. Okay, I'm at the halfway point of the race at the moment. I've tried numerous times to get multiple riders up the road as satellite riders before this big climb because then I could attack towards them with Pidcock on the climb, but I'm just not getting in a breakaway that's allowed to go. Every single time Bahrain or Visma close me down, so I'm gonna have to do it from the peloton. So I'll try to put pressure just like stage 1 once again. Moschetti is pacing. He can't climb anyway, so he might as well be spent before the climb even starts. Okay, the climb has begun. 9.8 kilometers at 8.1%. Damien Housen pacing for our team, trying to drop people. I want to make a move before the top, so I need to do more than drop people. I need to attack. 1.3 kilometers towards the top. Pidcock in third wheel. Housen is better than Donovan, so I'm suffering a bit with my train, but ooh, what happened there? I don't know what that was, but it's not doing much anymore. Donovan needs to go 99 towards the top right now. Brambilla can take over as well. And do I attack with Pidcock? It's 40k to go. Fuck it, I'm doing it. In the descent. There we go. There goes Tom Pidcock off the front with his 84 descending stat. Let's see what it does. Directly a gap of 20 seconds on the peloton behind, and this is such a steep descent that I'm actually regaining all my energy while attacking, so I'm having fun. But now reality strikes. We've got 28 kilometers to go on a flat segment, a group of 23 riders about to catch up, so I'm okay with that scenario. Now, Visma Lisa Bike keeps on pacing, please. Yes, they do. They've got Wout van Aert in the group, so obviously they want to make it a sprint. The peloton is back to 86 people, so yeah, this stage is just gonna end in a bit of a sprint, isn't it? So, a bit of an anticlimactic ending. Ooh, crash in the peloton. Wout van Aert has crashed. The favorite for the sprint is down. The entire team of Visma Lisa Bike is waiting. Ouch, 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 but we won't wait. Damien Housen is cooking right now. Pidcock in third wheel. Are we going to a sprint? Of course we are. And Pidcock hopefully can take these others out. It's going to be against the likes of Roglic and so forth. So should not be easy. There we go. 1.8k to go. Brambilla goes. Pidcock in the wheel can launch right now with 1k to go against the entire team of Bora on the left side of the road. There goes Pidcock. There goes Pidcock. Tiberi tries to come around, but he can't. He simply can't. Tom Pidcock, 2 out of 3. We win again. What a victory! What a shame for Wout van Aert. He was looking so good, but a crash in the last 10 kilometers took his chances away. The time trial might have been a disappointment, but Peter strikes back one stage later in a sprint? That's odd. A reduced sprint though, so we shouldn't pretend it was an actual mass sprint here. The new Maglia Rosa is Primoz Roglic taking it away from Wout van Aert. We are now 8th in GC on 48 seconds, so gradually getting closer again. But hey, at least our man is wearing the Ciclamino jersey in the next stage, so that's quite beautiful. Oh my god, what a Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe disaster, getting 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 10th. That is 6 riders in the top 10 and not a single one on the podium. Absolute disaster. Anyway, I'm not complaining. Tom Pidcock takes his second stage. By the way, I have to give a massive shout out to the entire Pro Cycling Manager stage making community, making the Giro d'Italia 2025 for PCM 2024. That's a lot of work, and it's community members, players of the game that are doing this for free. So again, massive thank you to the stage making community. Anyway, stage 4 is a flat sprint stage, so we won't be riding for Tom Pidcock, we'll be riding for Matteo Moschetti instead, against the likes of Olaf Kooi, Mes Pedersen, Phil Bauhaus, Caden Groves, and Wout van Aert, who will most likely be the lead out for Olaf Kooi, I'm guessing. You might have noticed that I'm not going for any intermediate sprints with my riders. I simply don't care about Ciclamino. Yes, I know Pidcock is leading it, but at the end of the day, I want top 5 in GC and 3 stage wins, and we've almost got that second goal, so we might have to up that to 5. That being said, regardless of the fact that I don't care about it, that jersey is looking stunning on Pidcock right now. So, entering the last 10 kilometers of this stage, a crash at the back, Arendsman, Vine, all down, the peloton has split as a consequence, 100 plus people behind. Any GC riders? That is the question, so let's toggle this button on. Most of the riders are up there. Anyone? McNulty and Bernal are behind. Arendsman as well. Those are top 10 riders in GC, so I'm going to gently up the tempo in the peloton. Nobody noticed. Yes, indeed. Asparen going 90. Pidcock is actually our lead out for Moschetti because he's actually our best lead out rider, ridiculously. Last 3.5 kilometers, Frison can take over right now. Zukowski out of the way. Pidcock spending quite a bit of energy in second wheel there. Come on, Pidcock. Keep going, keep going, keep going. In the wheel of Frison. Last 2K. Launch before the corner, maybe? I will do it. Moschetti in the wheel. Corners everywhere. Should I launch early? Not yet. I will launch early right now because there's another corner upcoming. Pidcock looking fantastic. Pidcock is looking fantastic. Moschetti tries to come around. It's a 1v1 in our team. Moschetti, no! Tom Pidcock beats our sprinter. Pidcock said, I'm not leading anyone out, I'm leading myself out. And he wins ahead of Moschetti. That's a crazy ending. So yeah, our plan for this race was getting a top 5 in GC, but taking 3 stage wins. We've already succeeded in that. We're 4 days in, so I'm gonna up that goal to, I want to win 6 stages in this Giro, not 5. I want to win 6. And actually the bonus seconds of that victory bring Tom Pidcock from 8th all the way to 6th in GC on 38 seconds of Roglic, but we are not in the mountains yet, and that's where I'm scared. It's actually quite funny. I literally just said I don't care about Ciclamino. We are leading this, but we've got a 1-2 in the ranking. Pidcock 100 points, Moschetti 43, Pinarello 38. We've got a gap of 62 points on the first opponent rider, so crazy by Pidcock. Like, I think it's fair to say this Grand Tour is going a little bit better than we expected. A hat-trick, an unofficial hat-trick, but it is one for Tom Pidcock. And to be honest, stage 5 said to be a flat sprint stage, but the finish is an uphill sprint, so it actually does fit Pidcock a little. Am I going for Moschetti or for Pidcock? I have not decided yet. Oh, the game has realized we are winning too much, so a -1 on Pidcock this time around, but still a +1 on his sprint stat, so 72 sprint. Meanwhile, Moschetti with an 80 sprint stat, 70 hills, so he might actually be the man to go for, to be honest. Then again, that small hill with about 2 kilometers to go, that shouts Pidcock to me. It's actually quite funny. Mess Pedersen is the breakaway rider of the day, and the peloton spent every rider they have to catch Mess Pedersen all day, to the point that peloton has split into pieces. Let's take a look who is behind, because that's actually quite important. It's once again Arensman, once again McNulty. Do I really want to pace to keep those 2 guys behind? I'm not sure about that. I'll focus on trying to win the stage again with Pidcock and Moschetti. Ola attacks from the peloton. Roglic is attacking. Carapaz, Ciccone, Dens. Okay, Dens is not necessarily that crazy. Zukowski on 85. We gotta catch Primoz Roglic. The Maglia Rosa has attacked, and I kind of didn't realize it. Zukowski doing a fantastic job bringing the gap down to 20 seconds. Roglic is still attacking like crazy up there, but my team has everything under control, I'd like to believe. 6 kilometers to go. Do I have it under control? I'm actually not sure. The gap is back up to 33 seconds. Oh god, is Roglic gonna win this one? With an attack from 8 kilometers to go? It's actually not impossible. Donovan on 99, come on, Pidcock, get ready. Zukowski has fallen, but he was not part of my sprint train anymore. Brambilla right now on 91. Donovan can protect Brambilla. Come on, we gotta catch them. We gotta catch them. Last 2.5 kilometers. Hausen is ready to go all out as well. Hausen is ready. Brambilla, 99 right now. 99. Gap is 25 seconds. Roglic is gonna win. Roglic is gonna win this race. Pidcock is ready to launch, but it will not be enough. There goes Pidcock. It's gonna be Primoz Roglic versus Carapaz versus Ciccone. And behind we have my team desperately trying to win, but no. Ciccone takes the stage ahead of Roglic and Carapaz. And I gotta say, I gotta applaud them. I did not expect that move to work. We finish 4th and we lose time in GC. I'm so used to the opponents in PCM doing exactly what I expect them to do that when it doesn't happen, when Roglic does something crazy like this, I didn't expect it. I didn't notice it until it was too late. And Giulio Ciccone benefits and wins the stage. But Roglic is the real winner here. 50 seconds in GC now on Ciccone. Pidcock in 4th place on 1 minute, so we've got our virtual top 5, but I don't like losing time on what is basically a flat stage, you know? I still can't believe the Pro Cycling Manager AI decided to attack with Primoz Roglic at 10 kilometers to go on a flat sprint stage. That's insane. I love that. I literally just got outplayed. As simple as that. Primoz Roglic outplayed me. Anyway, I do like seeing quite a few top 5 candidates losing time in GC. The likes of Thymen Arensman, Brandon McNulty, Egan Bernal, all losing more than 10 positions. And our 4th place in the stage also helps us with the Ciclamino we don't want. We're now roughly 50 points ahead of Roglic. Anyway, unlike the last stage, I do actually think that stage 6 is gonna be a basic flat sprint stage. Yes, there are some climbs, but they're simply too far away from the finish. I am low-key curious who is going to panic in the peloton if I attack with Pidcock on this first climb of the day. This should be fun. Let's take a look. Van der Hoorn, the Wolf, we've got... Actually, no one's responding? Nico Denz is pacing. That makes more sense. Hey, we might as well see how this plays out. Pidcock up the road, a couple of riders trying to bridge. Bora pacing in the peloton for now. Come on, Pitters, move up in the group. Move up, move up, move up. 1.3k towards the sprint. I need to take the seconds and the points. The peloton has split behind us, so that's actually quite funny. We're gonna take the points for free here. I don't think anyone's gonna try and stop me. Is this guy really sprinting? No, he's not. He's in my wheel. That is nice. What is happening in the peloton? Because there's a group of 20 here and it's not being led by anyone. I don't know what is happening here. Yeah, the peloton stopped pacing. I don't know why, but the peloton has stopped pacing. Pidcock is in a breakaway, 2 minutes 40 ahead of a non-pacing peloton. And 20 kilometers later, the gap is up to 6 minutes now from the Pidcock group to the peloton. But I still believe the peloton wins today's stage though, so not sure what I'm doing up here with Pidcock. Roughly 60 kilometers left in the race, intermediate sprint coming up once again, so 3 bonus seconds and 3 points, so I might as well take them with Pidcock. There we go, nicely crossing the line in first, that's 3 seconds, and once again I think 12 bonus points, so that's nice. 3 minutes on the peloton only now, so the peloton is very likely winning. Oh, Van Aert sprinting in the peloton. Don't care, we got the max points, boys. You might as well stay home. Like, our breakaway adventure with Pidcock has been quite fun, but our man's got a minute and a half on the peloton now with 36k to go, so I might as well wait on the peloton and use him as a lead out for Moschetti later. 20k to go, our sprint train is on the rails, the breakaway is about to be caught. Pidcock is leading out Moschetti now after his wonderful day in the breakaway, so we're looking good. Ooh, Moschetti has fallen. Moschetti has fallen. He will not be sprinting today. He's off the back with 15k to go, so he won't be sprinting. It's all for Pidcock, who's been in the break all day, so we might as well try to win with our 73 sprint now. Poor Moschetti, man. He had such an opportunity, but it has been taken away from him. Last 2.5 kilometers, Zukovsky is about to lead out Pidcock right now with 2 kilometers to go. Pidcock in the wheel against the top sprinters here. There goes Pidcock as late as possible. Pedersen in front of him. We're not going to be winning this sprint, but actually getting 4th here is a pretty good result. Mess Pedersen wins ahead of Strong and Olaf Koy, but Pidcock comes in 5th. In the meanwhile, Moschetti is about to destroy the Gruppetto right here. At least he's won a sprint today. Okay, the stage did not go as planned, but in the end, getting 5th with Pidcock, 6th with Zukovsky, I'd say is a pretty solid result. And well, thanks to the intermediate sprints and the finish line, Pidcock gains so many points on Roglic and so forth for Ciclamino, so that is excellent. But also he took 6 bonus seconds, so now we're on 54 seconds in GC, so gradually coming closer again. But ay, stage 7 is a proper mountain stage. 3 climbs starting off from the get-go, and the final climb, the Tagliacozzo, looks pretty rough as well. Steep at the end. Honestly, a pretty perfect stage for the leader of the race, Primož Roglic, but let's hope Pidcock can sustain his top 5 at least. Although I feel like that's gonna be pretty tough today. To be honest, that final climb, not that steep until the steep section, so I reckon Pidcock might not do too bad on there, so I might just spend my time today in the peloton and try and achieve something from the peloton, unless I put Brambilla in the breakaway. That would also be quite fun, so let's send Brambilla up the road and focus on Pidcock and the peloton. And actually, Brambilla is 3rd in the KOM ranking behind Dries de Bont, who is also in this front group, but I reckon I can beat him here, so let's try and go for the attack right now. We've got de Bont coming along, and I'm getting blocked, but he's out of energy, and I will fly past. There we go. We're beating the Bond. I'm now 2nd on 4 points. Again, I don't really care about the KOM jersey, but if we're in this breakaway anyway, we might as well take the points. Once again, fighting for the KOM points on the 2nd climb of the day. I'm gonna try and get past now with Brambilla in the final stretch. The Bond might beat me here. Nope, we're going past again. So nice. Actually, no, the Bond beat me. I swear that's a lie. I swear I was 1st. To be honest, we've been playing around a little bit at the KOM points with Brambilla, but this breakaway has 11 minutes with 70 kilometers to go, and yes, there's some climbing yet to come, but also quite a bit of descending, so If this break makes it, my man Brambilla is on 2 minutes 50 in GC and all the others up here are on 20 minutes. I'm also the favorite on a climb from this breakaway. I could take the lead in GC. The Maglia Rosa could be on the shoulders of Brambilla today and a stage win as well, so let's hope that works out. I'm going to subtly try to move up in this group right now to first position. I want to take those bonus seconds right here at this intermediate sprint for free, because every second might count at the finish line. There we go. Now drop it back to 65 and relay with the group. 7 minutes and 50 seconds on the peloton. That is seemingly falling apart. What is happening here? We've got a group of 65 now, 7 minutes 49. The gap is going down a little bit, but the final climb has begun for the breakaway. 12K, 5.7% is the final 3-2 kilometers that will matter. Those are the steep parts, and Brambilla should still be the favorite. Ouch, crash in the peloton. Adam Yates is down, Mikel Landa is down. This is with roughly 12 kilometers to go. Their entire team is pacing. Well, we also have Bora pacing in the peloton. Pidcock is trying to be well positioned. He is, so no trouble there. Let's keep him there. But I want to focus on Brambilla here. He has a chance to win a stage today. Oh no, Brambilla is under attack. De Bond, Bistrom and Plancard off the front. 30-second gap? Really? I'm gonna go 87 into the final 4 kilometers, final 3 kilometers. Come on, Brambilla. You gotta be able to set this ride. You have to be able to set this ride. They should have spent their red bar with that attack, I'm guessing, and we can catch them on this final stretch. I believe in it. We are by far the better climber. Come on, Brambilla. We can't lose this now. We can't lose this now. We are not allowed to lose this now. 87. Let's try and get back to their wheel. Gradually close them down, gradually close them down. In the meanwhile, I need to go to the peloton because the steep segment is starting. Carapaz is attacking. We've got ourselves with Pidcock. Let's get Hausen to protect him. It's only 3 kilometers to go, so we can focus on him with that. There we go. I'll do 87 with Pidcock. That should be enough. Brambilla, come on, man. Come on, man. Get to the damn wheel, buddy. Get to the wheel. We're back on the wheel. We are back on the wheel. 85. The Bond is done for. Bistrom on the right side of the road. Let's do 87. There comes Brambilla. Final stretch. Last 300 meters. There goes Brambilla. He's going to win the stage. Bistrom tries to come around. Brambilla is going to win on Tagliacozzo. We take the mountain stage from the breakaway. Now go back to the peloton. Pidcock is getting dropped. Let's try and make sure we don't get dropped. Let's get to the front because I might be able to take some time here. My man can have a little punch here. Let's do so in the final stretch with Pidcock right now. We're going to be sprinting against Roglic. No time lost for Pidcock, I think. Maybe? I don't think we're losing time here. So that is the benefit, but we're also not taking time because I had to focus on Brambilla the entire time. Oh my god, that was a super stressful final, but we have our 4th stage win. That is awesome. When I sent Brambilla in the breakaway at the start of the stage, it was just to have some fun. I wasn't expecting to potentially win the stage here, but then I looked at the breakaway and we were the best climbers, so we had to win from that breakaway. There was no choice there, and he does it. Brambilla delivers. Oh my god, I forgot about this. I forgot about this completely. Gianluca Brambilla is the new leader of the Giro d'Italia by just 11 seconds on Primož Roglic. We've got Tom Pidcock in 5th place now because Brambilla passes him. And I think Pidcock might have lost 4 seconds on Roglic there, but I'm not sure. And thanks to our performance throughout the stage, especially on the final climb, Brambilla is wearing the KOM Maglia Azzurra. Pidcock still with a massive lead in Ciclamino, so we are dominating this race with Q36.5, so I'm loving it. Gotta say, that was a really satisfying victory, and yes, Tom Pidcock does lose 4 seconds to Roglic and Martinez, but that's not the end of the world. By the way, it's actually quite funny that after 7 stages of this race, we've got 4 riders in the top 9. Donovan and Hausen, despite being a domestique on every single stage, are still 8th and 9th in GC. And I don't actually know how they've done that. But hey, most importantly, Brambilla is the new leader, and Tom Pidcock is still in that top 5, so that's awesome. Honestly, I really feel like stage 8 fits Tom Pidcock perfectly. Yes, there's lots of climbing, but there's a descent finish with a flat sprint at the end. We've won quite a few stages like that before in this Giro. I do want to make one thing clear. I'm actually not going to defend Brambilla's pink jersey because I just don't care. I need to focus on Pidcock today. And actually, what if I decide to go in the breakaway with Brambilla in the Maglia Rosa? I'm very curious what will happen now. Looks like two teams are pacing in the peloton now, Bardiani and EF, but I think it's because they missed the breakaway and not because Brambilla's up the road. So, guys, just attack. Well then, those teams are pacing so hard in the peloton that Brambilla is going off solo, dropping the Bond and Frison, which is not exactly the scenario I was looking for. Quite a few more riders attacking as well, but the peloton is finally sitting up, but Brambilla is somewhat out of energy, so can he stay with this breakaway? I'm not sure. I won't lie, I'm very worried. Brambilla is out of yellow bar at the start of the first climb of the day, so there's just no way he'll be able to follow this breakaway. Well, that's a pretty sad side. We're 20% into the next stage and he's already suffering. Okay, I managed to recover in the descent and make my way back to the breakaway. Now 6 minutes on the peloton. I gotta try and recover some more of my yellow bar before this proper climb though. Otherwise, I'm gonna get dropped again. Sadly, the tempo has gone up, so Brambilla is off the back again. Roughly 1.8k to the top, so I'm gonna lose 2 minutes by the time we reach the top, so I reckon I'm out of the breakaway for good. Come on, Gianluca, the top is right here, buddy. You're off the back. No! I thought he was gonna survive, but the top was right there, and he just gets dropped. Moschetti is waiting on Brambilla. Ooh, crash in the peloton by Stork and Del Toro, but Moschetti is bringing back Brambilla at the moment, and again, split in the peloton. 34 people off the front, and it's actually me that caused the split, so oopsie. Frison was pacing a little bit too hard there, but I'm okay with it. We'll keep it going. Or should I give Brambilla a chance to get back on? Nah, I won't. Actually, I completely forgot about these guys, but turns out the breakaway is still 5 minutes ahead right now. So, Frédéric Frison, we need a godlike tempo if we want to still win the stage. Like, it's 20 kilometers to go, 2 minutes 20 is just not happening. We can't win the stage anymore, but I might as well try to attack on the last hill and see if I can gain some time on Primoz Roglic with Pidcock. That's now my plan. Last 12 kilometers, the climbs are about to start 1 minute 40 towards the front of the race, so again, the breakaway is winning, but that doesn't stop me from potentially dropping other GC riders. So 95 with Zukovsky, Hausen in the wheel, then Donovan, and then Pidcock trying to move himself up. We're looking quite okay with the team, so let's keep going. 90 with Hausen. Oh, bit of a gap. Nope, that's a split in the peloton. Vacek and so forth in our wheel, but where's Primoz Roglic? Where's Primoz Roglic? Oh, he's right next to us. I didn't see him. Anyway, Donovan to the front, and now we are ready for our move on this uphill segment. There goes Donovan on a full-on attack with Pidcock in the wheel. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. Pidcock can go from his wheel with a full-on attack as well. Over the top, we've got a gap on the others. We've got a gap on the others, and Pidcock is gaining time today. There's just no way he doesn't. We won't be able to catch the breakaway, I reckon, but if we keep on attacking, we might actually get quite close. 40 seconds, 35 seconds, 30 seconds, 4k to go, but now it's downhill, so I'm not catching them, but I'll keep trying. Come on, Tom, 2.5k to go, keep on going, almost on their wheel, 2 kilometers to go, come on, Pidcock, I'm on their wheel, I'm not on their wheel, there goes Pidcock, into the last kilometer, I'm trying to sprint, but they have energy, and I don't. I'll be finishing in that group though, so I'm gaining a minute. I'm gaining a full minute thanks to that descent. Donovan, stop Donovan. Don't help Pedersen get any closer. There we go, and oh my god! The peloton's so far back. Roglic finishes on 1 minute and 13 seconds. We are passing Roglic in GC with Pidcock. Will Pidcock be in the Maglia Rosa? Like, I'm not great at maths, but I really think Pidcock is the new leader of the Giro d'Italia. Yes, indeed, Tom Pidcock is the new leader of the Giro d'Italia 2025. 16 seconds on Primoz Roglic, 1 minute and 10 seconds on Ciccone and Yates. Mark Donovan is 15 GC. That's crazy. And Gianluca Brambilla keeps his blue jersey, his Maglia Azzurra, the KOM jersey. When it comes to Ciclamino, we gain more points on Roglic, so we extend our lead with Pidcock. That is nice. Like, I thought this was a Tom Pidcock stage, but I didn't expect this to be such a Tom Pidcock stage. We took 1 minute and 14 seconds on the road to Primoz Roglic. That's insane. And just like after stage 1, Tom Pidcock is back in pink. Now, I don't actually know what to expect from this stage. Stage 9 is a Strade Bianche-like stage, basically a mini Strade Bianche. According to PCM, Primoz Roglic is the favorite, but I think this really fits Tom Pidcock. Reality is that Tom Pidcock is not one of the best climbers in this Giro, so it's stages like this that we need to try and gain time on the actual climbers like Ciccone, like Simon Yates, like Adam Yates. in doing so, allowing us a buffer before we get to the mountains. So yeah, that's my plan. Attack this stage like crazy and gain time on GC riders. What if I go in the break with Frison and Brambilla to try and set up a satellite rider up the road? A rider that can later maybe wait on Pidcock if I find a way to attack the peloton with Pidcock. It just looks like the peloton does not want me in the breakaway. They're not pacing super hard, but they're pacing hard enough to the point that if I pace harder in the breakaway, I ruin my riders. So I reckon I'll just wait on the peloton. I'll try one more time with Frison together with Kovili. What's happening in the peloton? No real response outside of some breakaway riders, so I'm okay with that. I would like Frison up the road. Oh my god. Half my team just crashed. Zukowski, Moschetti, and Asparin have crashed. Hausen needs to keep pacing because, well, otherwise everybody else is going to be waiting behind crashed riders. I was just about to tell you about my master plan to take on the race, but I can't do it with half my team on the floor. Looks like Wout van Aert Bernal is also involved. Visma Lease Bike will bring that back. Meanwhile, Hausen is pacing. And not really the plan. I was planning to go all out from this point onwards on the gravel sectors, but can I do that with 3 riders less? Not really. Will I still try? Probably. That being said, the tempo in the peloton is being led by Little Trek and they're pushing quite hard, so I reckon the peloton is about to split in the next descent. Yeah, splits are happening left and right now. That's a gap. Wout van Aert is behind the gap, so Visma Lease Bike will try to bring that back. G with a puncture in Group 2 right now. Hausen keeping our team in the first peloton, so that is nice. But I gotta say, I don't believe Zukowski, Moschetti and Asparin have any chance of coming back here. I'm doing my absolute best to keep Pidcock well positioned with Hausen here. Little Trek keeps on pushing. I reckon they try to win the stage with Mess Pedersen, which is a very valid goal, but it might ruin their leader Ciccone here, which I'm not complaining about. Come on, Hausen. Keep our team at the front. By the way, while all this stuff is happening in a 26-man peloton right now, with 4 riders of Q36.5, we've still got Frédéric Frison chilling in the breakaway. So that's a satellite rider up ahead when we need him. On to the next sector, the Panico sector. This is quite a bumpy one, as you can see on the profile. Ups and downs everywhere. Brambilla is almost done, has punctured. Up to Hausen now to take over, who is... Donovan has punctured. We've got Oh my god, we've got Pidcock left. Frison needs to wait now. Oh my god, disaster has striked. Is that a word? Either way, we're not looking that good anymore because we've got 1 rider and Frison up the road. That's all we have. 14 riders in this group. It's all about GC riders now. Roglic is gapping Pidcock in this gravel sector, so we gotta make sure we don't get dropped here. We gotta make sure we don't get dropped. We're in the group, so that is good. Frison, don't stand still, Frison. Don't stand still. Get to your leader. Protect Pidcock. There we go. We've got a domestique in the group, and it's Frédéric Frison is punctured. You gotta be kidding me. Pidcock is alone again in a group of 7 riders with the GC leaders. Come on, Pidcock. Hold on to Roglic. Hold on to Roglic, buddy. Get in his damn wheel and don't let go. We were looking absolutely fantastic 5 minutes ago. Carapaz is dropped. Ayuso is dropped. Pidcock is following, but Roglic is in trouble. Roglic is in trouble. There goes Pidcock off the front. We're kind of out of energy, so I'm not sure why I'm doing this, but I am attacking. We've got a gap on Mess Pedersen, who will be my friend. Come on, Mets. Let's try to work together, buddy. Let's try to work together. 20 seconds on. Primoz Roglic right now. Let's try and finish the Giro d'Italia. Right, okay. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Finish the Giro on a gravel stage in week 2? I don't think so, buddy. Plenty of mountains to come to make Pidcock's life hard. Together with Pedersen, come on. Let's try to relay on 60. I need to recover now. We had a gap of 45 seconds on Roglic. It's down to 20 seconds. He's closing in, but I just can't go all out now. Pedersen is literally sitting in my wheel and I want to recover, so I'm gonna have to work together with Roglic, with Pedersen, if they even want to work with me, to get a gap on the others, because at this point, everybody's kind of coming back. Not really. What is Tonelli doing here? On to the second last gravel sector. Pidcock is pushing right now. Lots of riders came back together. 5 of them. Pedersen, Tonelli, Roglic, Hirschi and Pidcock. I'm trying to push right now in the last 20 kilometers in these ups and downs to put pressure on anyone in this group and mainly to keep all these other riders, Carapaz, Ayuso and the other GC riders who are in Narnia right now, I want to keep them behind, but it's costing me so much energy and no one is willing to relay with me. On to the Colle Pinzuto. This is a gravel sector from Strade Bianche, a proper one as well, so I'm gonna push. I'm gonna keep going on 90. Can I drop these boys? Can I drop these boys in the breakaway? That is the question. Oh, Tonelli with a puncture. That's kind of sad to see, to be honest. Last 14 kilometers. Is Roglic in trouble? I'm hoping he is, but I don't think he is. I don't think he's in trouble at all, but we're putting time on random people, other GC riders, tier 2 GC riders, tier 3 GC riders. They're all gone. That being said, I'm hoping that Pedersen and Roglic don't have anything to counter me here. I am literally relaying with 9 kilometers to go on 60 relay. Roglic and Pedersen are sitting in my wheel doing absolutely nothing. We've got a very steep finish actually, so we gotta keep that in mind. I don't want to lose time to Roglic here, so I might actually just sit up. Like, we've taken enough time to other riders, so I'll just get in the wheel of Roglic and try and outsprint him. Hirschi has come back and we're literally all looking at each other. We're actually finishing in Siena. This is the Strade Bianche finish. I didn't actually remember that, so I actually think I should go from the front. So Pidcock gets to the front. I need to launch a little bit early on this finish. So 85, last 2 kilometers, Pidcock is leading the charge. That's exactly what I want with this finish. So I'll keep on going. No attack yet. Let's go up to 92, 93. We'll launch right now early because I think there's a small descent to the finish line. I could be wrong. Roglic in the wheel, into the corners. Pidcock keeps going. Roglic in the wheel. Can he come past? It's going to be Pidcock. Yes! Pidcock wins in Siena ahead of Primož Roglic. We take bonus seconds on him. We drop literally everybody else. What a masterpiece. And all these GC riders cut up us. Darling? What the is Darling doing there? Hindley, Ciccone, all these riders are on minutes today. Literal minutes. Our goal was simple. We wanted to take time on GC riders, and that's exactly what we've done. We take our, I think, 5th stage win at the Giro d'Italia. That is brilliant. On the Strade Bianche stage, ahead of Primož Roglic and Mark Hirschi, but minutes on the other GC riders. And this means Tom Pidcock has 22 seconds on Roglic, but 3 minutes on Mess Pedersen, 4:21 on Carapaz, 5 minutes plus on Ciccone, Adam Yates, Simon Yates, Mikel Landa, already on 7 minutes. I will confess, I had very high hopes for the stage, but I wasn't expecting this, to be honest. And the funniest part is Mark Donovan is still 6th in GC. But hey, at the start of this race, I said I wanted to top 5 with Tom Pidcock in this Giro. Am I underrating that now? Should I be aiming for potentially a podium at this point? Like, I want to make podium my new goal, but at the end of the day, there's so many mountain stages coming in week 3 that Pidcock might get destroyed there. But hey, regardless of our goal, this Giro has been an absolute success for Q36.5. 5 stage wins and leading the Giro after 9 stages. Okay, the fun is over. The time trial is here. 28.7 kilometers, a flat time trial. We are doomed. Like, I'm guessing Roglic will take like 1 to 2 minutes on us, so he will be in the Maglia Rosa after this, but we should be able to keep the rest of the riders behind us, to be honest. Oh, that is lovely. Tom Pidcock starting with a 75 time trial stat. That is perfect. I'm gonna try and spend most of my energy on this climby segment in the middle of the stage because climbs and punchiness, that fits Pidcock. First time check, we're gonna be losing 52 seconds on Tarling, so roughly 25 seconds on Roglic only, so we're doing quite well. I just got a watch notification. Stressful period. Yes, it's a time trial. I'm very stressed. We're now starting to climb. It's not exactly very steep, but I'm going to go on maybe 87, maybe 88, something like that. I want to spend my red energy on this uphill segment, but I don't want to run out of red either, so let's drop it towards 87, something like that, and back down to 85 right now on top. Now into the descent, let's drop it to 65, let's recover as much as possible until we are on the flat, and now back to 77-ish on the flat. Second time check incoming, Roglic on 58 seconds, we are on 131, so we're losing 1 minute? No, we're losing 33 seconds only. This is going better than expected so far. Roglic into the final stretch right now, finishes on 145, so we need to try and get as close as possible to that. We're spending too much energy. We're spending too much energy. We're running out of red bar. No, with 600 meters to go, we run out of red bar, and that's gonna cost us. Where does Pidcock finish? On 159, so I forgot what Roglic did. Tom Pidcock is still in the Maglia Rosa by 8 seconds on Roglic, so Roglic was on, I think it was 145, so yes, we are relatively close to Roglic in this time trial, and the result is we're still in pink. What a terrible time trial for Roglic, by the way, doing worse than Daniel Felipe Martinez, getting 14th on a minute 45. We finished on 159, so that's so close to him. That's great. Logically, I would expect that Mes Pedersen loses his third spot in GC pretty soon once the mountains start, but when it comes to the rest, I reckon Carapaz and the others are still on 4 minutes 27 and more than that. Some of them, Mikel Landa on 7:41 and so forth, so we're doing great right now. But again, the mountains are coming later on and I'm scared of those. But first, we've got some sprint stages to do. Matteo Moschetti, it's your turn again. The last time we sprinted for him, I swear he had a mechanical in the middle of the lead out, so let's hope that doesn't happen this time around. By the way, I have to give a massive shout out to the entire Pro Cycling Manager stage making community, making the Giro d'Italia 2025 for PCM 2024. That's a lot of work, and it's community members, players of the game that are doing this for free. I'm recording this video a couple of days before the actual Giro d'Italia starts, and because of that, they haven't completely finished making the entire Giro, so they finished 20 stages of the 21, and this stage is the only one they haven't been able to finish yet. In real life, stage 11 is basically a medium mountain stage, but since it's not made yet, I've decided to play through the 2024 stage 11 instead. But don't worry, the rest of the stages in this video are 100% the parkour of the Giro d'Italia 2025. This is the only stage that is not. So again, massive thank you to the stage making community. Give them a bit of a thank you in the comment section. Here we go, into the last 15 kilometers, Moschetti in the wheel of Pidcock right now, a 5-man sprint train, and it's looking quite good for the team at the moment, so let's try and keep this up. Last 6.5 kilometers, Brambilla is almost done for, now on 99. Donovan can take over on 99 as well, to be honest. Moschetti can wait with his energy gel a little bit longer and do it right now. Perfect sprint train. There goes Sukowski with 3.5 kilometers to go from the wheel of Donovan. Pidcock in the wheel doing the lead out in the Maglia Rosa. That is beautiful. He can launch his sprint pretty soon, actually. Are there corners upcoming? Not really, so let's wait. Right now goes Pidcock. Moschetti in the wheel into the last 1.5 kilometers. Come on, Moschetti. Try and go right now against the likes of Olaf Koy. Olaf Koy versus Moschetti. Olaf Koy is going to win. Olaf Koy wins ahead of Matteo Moschetti, but a podium is pretty damn fantastic here. Anyway, Moschetti getting a podium in a sprint, that's pretty cool. And stage 12 is another sprint stage, so let's try and do it again. Once again, the ultimate Q36.5 sprint train on the rails. Donovan doing fantastic work. Frison about to take over on 97, not 99. We don't want to overextend. Let's go towards 99 pretty soon though. Right now in the final 2.4 kilometers, Pidcock is ready for the lead out right now with 1.7k to go. Moschetti in the wheel. Van Aert and Koy tries to come past. Moschetti goes before the corner. Is that possible? Pidcock to the right side of the road. Let's see what happens. Van Aert is gonna win. Moschetti tries to come around. Moschetti tries to come around. Come on, Moschetti. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! Matteo Moschetti wins the sprint on stage 12. What a lead out. Perfect timing. We launch and we win. And there it is, stage win number 6 for Q36.5 at this Giro d'Italia. Matteo Moschetti, we've now won with 3 different riders, 4 by Pidcock, 1 by Brambilla, and 1 by Moschetti. And this win, this was a pretty one. I was a bit worried that Olaf Koy would beat us there, but in the end, Moschetti simply was faster on the line. And actually, because Moschetti's winning these sprints, he's actually protecting Pidcock's Ciclamino, and in doing so, moving up to second himself. Anyway, we managed to win 6 stages out of 12 right now. Can we get to 9 victories? That is the question. Ooh, stage 13 is basically an uphill sprint. After a pretty easy stage, Roglic is apparently the favorite, Pidcock in there as well, so let's try to beat Roglic, shall we? With about 30 kilometers left, there's actually quite a few breakaway groups up the road. It's completely oh, wait a second. Bernal, Ayuso and Gaudu are in the attack. They're all on like 10 to 18 minutes, but quite a funny combo up the road. They must have attacked the stage at some point, but we are pacing in the peloton. I want the breakaway to be caught because I want to be fighting for the stage win. Del Toro, Fulsang, Ulisi, everybody's crashing. And there's a split in the peloton. There's multiple splits in the peloton, so I'll just keep on pushing. Let's go 90. The gap towards the breakaway is melting. 20k to go and the gap is roughly 2 minutes. I reckon I can close it now. Brambilla on the hill can go 95. I need to do damage on the climbs. That's where I can do it. That's where I've got the team to do it. 12 kilometers to go. The gap is 1 minute 20. We gotta keep pushing. Otherwise, this break will win. So Donovan on 95 towards the top here. We've got 4 riders left after Donovan. So we can spend him on this climb, I reckon, on, let's do 95 to the top. There are the groups. They are right there. We are going to catch them if we keep on going, so let's do exactly that. Moschetti is being dropped at the moment, but Pidcock is still in the wheel, so we've got Frison, Pidcock, Moschetti trying to get back, Housen trying to close the riders up the road. The gap is only 20 seconds with 8 kilometers to go. Donovan is still here, so let's actually use Donovan right now to close this last gap. 7k to go, and we are going to catch them, I think. There we go, 5.5k to go. IPT and Picnic doing the last bit of catching. I'm trying to replenish some of my red bar on Frison, Pidcock, and so forth. I gotta go 90 attack by Egan Bernal and Gaudu, who were just into the attack. 3.5k to go energy gel. Frison can go 95. The hill is incoming, so we gotta keep it in mind. It's not a flat finish, it's an uphill sprint, so we gotta be ready. Pidcock and Moschetti as my leaders here. Let's do 90. We're about to catch Bernal and Gaudu. 99. Is that too much? Probably, but Pidcock is looking perfect right now. We'll launch with 700 meters to go. Moschetti in the wheel can try and outsprint him, but it won't work. Tom Pidcock is gonna win stage number 7. Woo! I thought that break was gonna win, but nah. Pidcock does it again. Thanks to this win, we also get 6 more bonus seconds, and actually, we get 4 seconds on the road, so 10 seconds in total on Roglic. Wait a second. I swear Roglic was 3rd when I looked at the right top earlier, but apparently he's 4th, so we're getting 14 bonus seconds on Roglic. Hey, I'm not complaining. That means our lead is now 29 seconds on Roglic, but in a single mountain stage, that will be gone, so we need more time on him. If we even believe we can beat Roglic, which I currently don't. Anyway, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th for Bora, so that looks a bit shameful. Anyway, stage 14 then, which looks like a flat sprint stage to me, but apparently according to the game, it's for punchers with Wout van Aert as the favorite and Pidcock as 2nd favorite. Honestly, I reckon I might go for Moschetti on this one. Okay, I'm sorry, but this is basically just a sprint stage. Look at it. There's 2 small bumps here. Yes, I'm going to pace them all out to try and split the peloton, but that doesn't change the fact that this is not just a flat stage. That being said, I will go all out on these small hills to try and split the peloton. Approaching the last hill right now with Zukowski leading the charge, and we're gonna do so on 99. Is that too much? I don't think so. Let's do 99. Moschetti, Pidcock, Frison, and so forth trying to follow. Caruso, is he in trouble? Maybe, I don't know. We will keep on going in the descent right now. Any splits happening? No, Caruso stays in the wheel, but a perfect lead out it looks like. So, oh la la, there is a gap. There is a gap. Housen can sit up. I will keep going 99 now because, well, we are looking fantastic for the stage win now. Last 4 kilometers. We will keep on going. Verona trying to close it. 99 on Frison in the last 3.5 kilometers. Zukowski is done for. Pidcock is ready for the lead out with Moschetti in the wheel. An early lead out, which is fine. Launch right now at 1.9k. There is literally no way we are losing this. Pidcock can keep on sprinting because he can take the stage win. We need the bonus seconds. There we go. Tom Pidcock wins ahead of his teammate Moschetti. 3rd place, Frédéric Frison. 4th place, Mes Pedersen. Zukowski comes in 5th. Okay, I absolutely abused the small hills to try and split the peloton, but hey, it's in the game, I'm allowed to do so. Honestly, I've lost the count. I don't remember how many stages we've won so far, but we don't just win the stage, we take bonus seconds with Pidcock, we take time on the Roglic group, so we gain about 40 seconds in one sprint stage on Roglic. We're now 1 minute and 9 seconds ahead of Roglic in the general classification, but again, 1 or 2 mountain stages, and that could be gone. But like, we've basically secured Ciclamino, 287 points, literally double of Olaf Koy in 3rd. That stage result basically sums up the way we've dominated this Giro so far. A 1-2-3 for the team. That's awesome. But I'm afraid the mountain stages are about to start. Tom Pidcock with 1 minute and 9 seconds. I'm sorry, but that's not much on Roglic. That can literally disappear in no time. Mes Pedersen will definitely disappear in the mountains, but Carapaz, Ciccone, and the 2 Yateses are on 5 to 9 minutes, so we should be able to defend 5 minutes, right? in mountain stages? Then again, we're Tom Pidcock. Stage 15 doesn't actually look that brutal. Yes, it's got the Monte Grappa climb, which is a hard climb, but after that we're basically climbing the fish from Nemo, Dory. We should easily be able to defend our Maglia Rosa here. Actually, I should probably try to get in the breakaway with Brambilla because this man has to defend his KOM jersey today. The jersey I'm pretending not to care about. The others are attacking at the small KOM point and I'm being dropped as we speak, so this is not looking good at all. Yeah, Brambilla is riding 2 minutes 30 behind the breakaway, 3 minutes ahead of the peloton. I might as well pull him back to the peloton because this adventure ain't working. The peloton is now roughly halfway the Monte Grappa climb. The breakaway is still 4 minutes ahead, but Bahrain and Visma Leasebike are pacing, so I don't even have to do anything. Basically a near perfect race scenario for us. Then again, over the top of the Monte Grappa, our team is actually struggling. Only Pidcock and Donovan have even a little bit of energy. All the rest is completely empty. Okay, the Dory climb has begun, 16 kilometers at 5%. Actually a relatively easy climb, and after that, it's a plateau, so this really fits Pidcock. We should be able to survive here. But actually, the gap to the breakaway is growing. It's now 3 minutes 30 from these guys to the peloton. So if I want the break to be caught, I might have to do it myself. Okay, just as I say that, the tempo in the peloton goes up significantly. Bahrain is pacing all out. 2 minutes 40 is the gap now with roughly 30k to go, so it's still in the peloton's hands. The attacks just keep coming. I need to make sure I can keep on following. Come on, come on, come on, Pidcock, Howson, Donovan. We've got a team here. Let's make it happen together. The gap has absolutely melted. 15k and the gap is 20 seconds to the breakaway, so we're looking good for a potential stage win. Then again, the bonus seconds are up for play now, so a bit dangerous to not let the breakaway win. Mark Donovan doing a hell of a job right now, controlling the peloton, or trying to do so, because that group kind of seems to be gone, so I have to catch them. We've got a sole leader now. It's Derek G up the road. Come on, Pidcock. You gotta find a way to try and bridge pretty soon. Let's do 95. I'm gonna get ready. I want to attack this group. I don't just want to go for the sprint. Donovan is almost done for. I'm almost going to bridge right now with Pidcock. There we go, over the top. Arensman blocked me. Arensman blocked me. I'm sorry, but it is true. It is literally true. There goes Pidcock over the top into the descent. We've got a gap on the group behind us. Ulysses pacing there, but it's looking good. Can we get to Derek G though? That is the question, because he's looking really good for a stage win. Then again, we're looking really good for a second place, so I'm okay with that. Ulysses trying to close it alone, but the group behind is not doing anything. Pidcock is trying his best to try and stay ahead of that group behind, but Derek G wins on Asiago. We finished second, so that's fantastic for our GC because we take another minute on the group behind where Roglic is just chilling. I don't know why, but I just keep gaining time on the man. Like, you're always a bit disappointed if you don't win the stage, but let's be honest, we gained 58 seconds on the road on Primož Roglic, plus bonus seconds, 6 that is, so that's excellent. So with only 6 stages left in this Giro, Tom Pidcock has a lead of 2 minutes 13 on Primož Roglic and 5 minutes on Mes Pedersen. After 15 stages, that man is still there. That's crazy. But I've got a feeling our luck is about to change. 5 categorized climbs on stage 16, a monster climbing stage, the Santa Barbara climb followed by the San Valentino climb with a bonus second sprint on the last climb. That's intriguing. Okay, our plan is actually quite simple. We let a breakaway form that is not dangerous for GC. We let them win the stage. That takes away the bonus seconds from Roglic. And then we just defend with Pidcock. Reminder, 2 minutes and 13 seconds is the gap. Let's try and keep that. So, Moschetti, you're on breakaway formation duties. Let's make sure there's no dangerous breakaway up the road. And well, Tiberi 16 minutes down, McNulty 15 minutes down. I'm okay with that as long as I don't give them 15 minutes. Oh snap, split in the peloton right now. 40 seconds on the second peloton, but actually, there is a gap here. There's a proper gap here. And I've lost half my domestiques. But a top 10 rider is in group 2 as well. Mes Pedersen is down here. Then again, I wasn't exactly scared of him. At the front, it looks like a breakaway has finally formed. McNulty's in it, actually. He's just about to drop from that breakaway, but also Antonio Tiberi, so the closest riders are on roughly 15 minutes. Meanwhile, Little Trek is bringing back the Mes Pedersen group to the peloton, so that's all good for me. The breakaway is about to reach the foot of the first climb with a gap of 2 minutes 40, and Moschetti has done a fantastic job in breakaway formation, made it a group that is not dangerous, and kept it under 3 minutes for now. I do expect that gap to gradually grow. About to go over the top of the first climb, Frison has taken over from Moschetti, but I'm trying to get Moschetti over the top here because then he can recover on the descent and take the first spot of the next climb on as well. There we go, the stage is going absolutely perfectly. Moschetti pacing 70 right now on the second climb. Let's make that 65. The breakaway's got 4 minutes 30, so it's completely under control. Moschetti is now properly done for. Frison has taken over in the peloton, but we've got help. We've got EF pacing as well, and I think that's because Carapaz wants to put pressure on Mess Pedersen. 75 kilometers to go now. Damien Howson has crashed. I don't like that. A group of 50 people, so the peloton has split. Didn't realize that, but I wish we still had Howson because that man can actually climb. The second last climb is about to start for the peloton. Already started for the breakaway. The gap is 5 minutes 40. Am I overpacing a little bit with Frison? I might be. I want this breakaway to win. I want them to take the bonus second, so I reckon I'll stop pacing. It's up to EF to do it now. It is actually quite crazy that on the second last climb of this stage, we've still got 5 riders of Q36.5 in the 33-man peloton. And one of our riders crashed out of the group, Damien Howson, so we could have had 6 riders up there. That would have been absolute dominance. By the way, just saying, Mess Pedersen and Wout van Aert are still in this group. Almost at the top of the Santa Barbara. They are flying. The gap has grown to 9 minutes, so Zukowski is pacing at the top of this climb with Landa in the wheel, but Pidcock looking pretty comfortable actually, so I'm happy with the situation, but I don't want the gap to grow anymore. At the front of the race, Michael Storer and David Gaudu are the closest ones in GC. Gaudu on 16 minutes 55, so we've still got 7 minutes to play with. But right now, it looks like our plan is going great. The breakaway's up the road, the gap is not super dangerous, and it looks like they'll take the bonus seconds away from Roglic. But now the question is, can Pidcock stay with Roglic? Time for the final climb to begin then. 17.9 kilometers, that's actually a long climb at 6.2% with very steep segments in the middle there, and a few like flat sections too. So that's gonna be intriguing. Pidcock is looking good. The gap is 8 minutes 50 to the front, so it's right now not dangerous, but the peloton needs to keep on pacing. Both EF and Bora are doing their absolute best to put pressure on Pidcock. We've got Zukowski off the back. Donovan is our last man, but is done for as well. Our energy. Pidcock is screaming out of pain. Literally, we are looking terrible right now, so I think we're doomed. There goes an attack by Carapaz. Roglic responds to it. I need to do my own tempo now. I need to try and follow as much as possible. How is Pedersen climbing this good? How is Mess Pedersen climbing so incredibly strong? There goes even more attacks. We've got Yates going off the front. Roglic trying to respond to that. I just don't have it. I need to pace my tempo at 69.70 or I won't make it to the finish line. So I think we're losing our jersey today. 3 kilometers towards the finish line. About to drop from this group. Can I stay in the wheel? No, I can't. I am losing so much time today, and I'm losing the Maglia Rosa. Roglic is about to finish on roughly 3 minutes and a little bit of the stage winner, Nairo Quintana. We are suffering in the last few meters. Mess Pedersen is gonna beat Tom Pidcock on this final climb. That is just ridiculous. And there it is. I think the Maglia Rosa is virtually out of our hands with a few hundred meters to go, so we're not completely gone in GC, but this stage was not good for our GC bid. We're gonna finish on roughly 2 minutes and a half, 3 minutes of Primoz Roglic, so we're still in second in GC, but that was not fun. It's actually quite funny. We literally succeeded in every single part of our plan, getting a non-dangerous breakaway up the road, taking away the bonus seconds from Roglic that way. But at the end of the day, Roglic is just a better climber than Pidcock, so we got dropped. Primoz Roglic is the new leader of the Giro d'Italia 2025 after stage 16 by 29 seconds only on Tom Pidcock. But the crazy thing is, Mess Pedersen, after this mountain stage, is still third. How is that possible? That makes no sense. I really can't believe that I got beaten by Mess Pedersen on this mountain stage. Come on, guys. Anyway, on to stage 17, another proper mountain stage. The Passo del Tonale climb first, then the Passo del Mortirolo. That's a well-known one, and a relatively light finish, actually. Like, my priority is defending my second place, but if I do see an opportunity to take time on Roglic, which is unlikely, I'll go for it, you know? But I would also like to send Brambilla in the breakaway to get those KOM points and try and secure that KOM classification. Ouch, because Brambilla lost the jersey, he's actually starting relatively at the back of the group, so we gotta get him to the front first, so let's use Moschetti to try and control break formation until Brambilla is at the front of the group. 2 riders already up the road, Quintana and Storer. Quintana's actually leading the KOM classification with the Maglia Azzurra on him at the moment, whereas Moschetti and Brambilla at the front. So let's attack with both of them. There we go. Okay, Cofidis does not approve of that breakaway attempt. Like anyone who wants to join the breakaway, instead of pacing me down Attack into the breakaway. It's an easy solution. There we go again. Attempt number 2. Jaco is pacing behind us, which I don't like, but I'm hoping that they eventually attack. Moschetti is done for and has been caught by the peloton. And actually, nope, they're not sitting up. Paleni keeps on pacing. Brambilla has caught up with Quintana, so that's interesting. Storer as well. I'll attack them. I'll attack them and I'll drop them. And hopefully that allows me to form a breakaway up there. They are catching Storer. And are they sitting up? Yes, they are actually. So maybe this is our one-man breakaway. Yeah, the peloton is sitting up and a bunch of riders have joined us in the breakaway. Quintana as well retrying to join the breakaway, so I need to beat that man at the top of the Passo del Tonale. And well, the climb has started, 15k at 6%, but my man has 0 energy, so I'm never going to beat anyone in this group. There's just no way. Nairo Quintana has been dropped with a teammate, but so has Brambilla, so this fight is over. Okay, the Mortirolo has begun. The tempo is being set by Visma Lease bike. I'm desperately trying to get water to the front with Asparin at the back of the peloton here, but the road is kind of narrow for that. Pidcock is well positioned though, so let's keep it like that. Since the last part of the stage is basically super light, I want a super calm Mortirolo. I want to be able to maybe attack on that final hill, something like that. Ola split in the peloton. Mes Pedersen is behind. Only 23 people in this group, so I want to keep this going. Asparin is going all out at the front actually. Pidcock is at the front because, well, he's the best descender. Crashed by Ciccone as well, so Little Trek is in the mud. He's in the group with Pedersen now, so their entire team is gonna be chasing now. Ooh, another crash in the group. Landa, Bardet, and Yates are all on the ground, so ain't looking good for some of the top 10 riders, but I'm not waiting. I'm going all out right now. The gap to the break is 5 minutes 30, so the break is most likely winning the stage, but I want to keep putting pressure on this group to see if anything snaps. Let's take a look. Any split possible? Maybe? Roglic in trouble? Is Roglic in trouble? Roglic might be in trouble here? No, UAE has lots of riders here. That is so sad. There was an opportunity there to maybe split it, but I also don't want to blow up my team doing so we'll just keep going like this for now. Actually, this breakaway is losing ground rather swiftly. 3 minutes is the gap now, so if I keep on pushing in the peloton, then the peloton might actually win. Or should I say Pidcock might actually win. No. House and Donovan have crashed. Pidcock, don't be waiting. Pidcock was waiting, but the rest is now back together. House and Donovan, half of our train just disappeared. I'm gonna keep pacing on 75 with Asparin in the hopes that Housen and Donovan now make it back from the group that I was initially trying to keep behind me. This is getting kind of weird. But anyway, the gap is now 2 minutes 40 to the breakaway, so Housen and Donovan crashing have ruined any chances of this group actually making it. The break is gonna win. On the last climb of the day, Asparin is done for. It's all up to Pidcock now. McNulty's doing something. It's actually an attack. Didn't look like it, buddy. Roglic is basically in my wheel. What's happening? Roglic is not in my wheel. He's sitting up, so I decided to attack out of reflex, and I'm going all out right now. I'm relatively out of energy, but I'm going to be working together with McNulty and Tiberi to get to the top, but Roglic is on a gap, and I don't know what's happening with him. That being said, we are out of energy, and Roglic crawls back just at the top, so that is very, very sad. I'm going to put myself in the wheel of Roglic right now. There we go. I don't have much energy. Energy gel, there we go as well. Descent incoming. We don't have anything to attack before that descent though. We are basically completely out of energy, so we're just trying to make it to the finish line at this point. But it looks like Gaudu and Mankies are going to be fighting for the stage win in these last 2 kilometers. And Pidcock is seeing no attacks. McNulty's off the front. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'll focus at the front for a second. Gaudu is winning the stage. Pidcock is about to launch the attack in the descent on Roglic. There we go. Let's try and get past him. And let's try and move towards McNulty. Is there any chance of getting away? No, Roglic is in the wheel. And we're not going to gap him. We are simply not going to gap him in the sprint here, I feel like. There we go. Last 2 meters. And Roglic finishes straight in our wheel here. So at the end of the day, not many consequences for GC. Like, outside of the fact that we don't actually gain any time on Primoz Roglic today, our stage was actually really good. 4th place means that we finished first of all the GC riders. We are still 29 seconds behind on Primoz Roglic, and well, Mes Pedersen somehow managed to survive this mountain stage as well, finishing in the GC group. Ridiculous, and still third in GC on roughly 5 minutes of the lead. But our goal at the start of this video was trying to get a top 5. That is basically secure, I think. A podium, I think think is also secure, so it's all about trying to win the Giro now, which is a crazy thing, because in no way I thought we could potentially even come close to winning the Giro at the start of this video. But anyway, the gap is 29 seconds. I'm not sure it's possible, but we'll try everything we can to beat Roglic here. But first, it's time for another sprint stage with Moschetti. Like, I genuinely started recording this Giro about 24 hours ago. I've got about 4 hours left in my day today to record, so we should be fine, but I'm actually really enjoying playing through this Giro. Oh, 98 kilometers to go, and the peloton is letting this gap grow higher than 10 minutes. I don't like that. Let's try and get Gianluca Brambilla on the front to do some tempo, because otherwise the breakaway will just win. And turns out my pacing in the peloton has triggered other teams to pace as well, so that is nice to see. I've stopped pacing with my team, these other teams can do it now. 10 kilometers to go, the gap is still 1 minute 29, so somehow the break has found a resurgence here, so I gotta keep pacing quite hard. Come on, Damien Howson, keep going, buddy. Honestly, I reckon this breakaway might have it. 7 kilometers to go, 1 minute 10, somehow they played a blinder here. I'm trying my best on, I can't even go 99, I don't have the riders for that. I can wait a little bit more. Come on, come on, come on. We gotta keep pushing. We gotta keep pushing. It is too late. It is simply too late. Like, I've got a pretty solid lead out going, but there's no point. There is literally no point because this peloton is not going to make it. The stage is going to be won by Stondewall from the breakaway. That is utterly disappointing, but it's my own fault. I decided to stop pacing to let other teams take control, and they simply weren't fast enough, so I should have kept working myself. So yeah, disappointing stage, but no disaster. Actually, the break winning helps us when it comes to Ciclamino, because while Olaf Koy won the peloton sprint, he did so behind breakaway riders, so didn't get that many points here. Anyway, sprints aside, back to the mountains, back to GC. Col Secore, followed by the Col Saint Pantaleon, followed by the Col de Joux, 3 major climbs, I think 17k each, so that is quite a bit of climbing. Like, in GC we are 29 seconds behind on Roglic. If I look at the stage, this looks like a stage where Roglic takes time on me, so it's gonna be difficult for Pidcock to gain time on Roglic here, especially when Roglic is literally the favorite for the stage. But our gap on Mes Pedersen in third and Carapaz in fifth is quite significant, 5 minutes, so if we see an opportunity, then I'm willing to take a risk to attack Roglic, but we gotta be good enough for that. What I'm trying to say is that I'm taking on stage 19 not with the mindset of I want to secure my podium or top 5 position, but with the mindset of how can we try to beat Primož Roglic here. So Frison is starting at the front, but he's not exactly the mountain rider we want in the breakaway. Donovan's not too far behind though, so that's a man that should go in the breakaway, especially look at his daily form. +2 on the day and 78 mountain stats, so that's my man for the breakaway. Ideally also Brambilla, but the man has 73 mountain stats, so he's not winning KOM. Talking about KOM, Nairo Quintana, the leader of that classification, is attacking. I'm gonna do a counter-attack right now with Frison and Donovan, Tiberi and so forth in the wheel, and I'm actually gonna try something right now. Lots of riders have tried to attack already. Donovan is still in the group ahead, but there goes Tom Pidcock off the front of the peloton to the group ahead. There we go. Bora responding? No, it's Clément David still pacing. Oh, the peloton has caught back up with the Pidcock group, so that's a bit sad. Anyway, Frison has been dropped and caught by the peloton, but Donovan is in the 18-man breakaway of the day. Some solid riders in here. Them and Arensman the closest in GC on 12 minutes. The gap is 3 minutes 30. We're on the first proper climb. The Col Secore, 16k at 7.8%. Then Red Bull Bora is pushing it right now. They don't like this breakaway, or they're trying to put pressure on Pidcock. Both is possible. The tempo in this breakaway is ridiculous on the first proper climb of the day. The Col Secore Arensman has been dropped. Donovan is dropping, and there's nothing I can do about it. We're only halfway this climb. Ayuso is pushing it like crazy, and in the peloton, half my riders are almost done for because it's Germani for Groupama, but also Red Bull Bora just pacing all out on this climb. Crazy stage so far. It does look like Arensman was the reason that Groupama was pacing because he's been caught and they stopped pacing. And well, if you look at GC, Arensman was probably closing in on David Gaudu's 6th position in GC with that breakaway. So that's the whole reasoning, but it ruined my entire team. I've got Pidcock and Howson. That's it. Anyway, time for the second climb of the day now. The Col Saint Pantaleon, 16k at 7%. I expect the peloton to maybe be a bit more calmer on this climb. 3 minutes towards the breakaway led by the 5-man group Bardet, Pouls, Quintana, Bernal, and Maika. But there's not many domestiques in the favorites group, so the break might actually win. 3k before the top, Damien Housen is gone for. The tempo is gone in this group, so I'm actually going to attack with Pidcock. There we go. Attack by Tom Pidcock. What's happening in the group? Carapaz goes to the front to start pacing. I'm going to keep on pushing now. We've got a descent incoming, and that is Pidcock's specialty. I am going to be completely out of yellow bar at the top here, but I'm trying to make it over the top. 44 seconds on the group behind. Let's go. 99 into the descent. There goes Tom Pidcock. And the group behind has been thinned down to 11 people only. Still led by Roglic now in the descent. So he's not happy with my move. I actually can't go 99 in this descent, though I have to recover. I've put myself down to effort cursor 55, which is not much. And Roglic and Ciccone have dropped some of the others, but the gap is getting closed already. And it looks like they are getting closer to Pidcock, but I can't afford to spend all my energy in the descent when there's 1.5 major climbs coming. In hindsight, my attack was a bit too eager, so we've been caught. Let's sit up in the group and let's recover as much as possible. Hola, I'm letting Roglic get a gap. Let's see if anyone else closes that. Looks like Carapaz closes it for us, and that's exactly what I was hoping for. I'm okay with Roglic riding 5 meters ahead of this group for a while, but nah. Oh, actually, there's still a gap of 5 seconds. Anyway, on the Col de Joux, 16.5 kilometers at 6.8%. Roglic still riding 15 seconds ahead of the other GC riders right here. I just don't want to spend that much energy, so I'm pushing the bare minimum of what's to stay with these other podium / top 5 competitors, because I don't want to be spending my energy yet, because I already spent way too much on the previous climb and the descent. Looks like Ayuso has finally closed Primoz Roglic there, and now he's upping the tempo a little bit. No, is he sitting up? No, he keeps on pushing. He keeps on pushing, and my energy, I don't like it. 1/3 of our yellow left, that's not much. There comes an attack, Carapaz goes, and Roglic is staying in our group, and I'm okay with that. I'm staying with Roglic. I am staying with Roglic. I want to hopefully see a crack in the armor, which I'm not seeing yet. It's UAE pacing at the moment at a tempo that is a bit above my comfort zone. Like, it's still 20 kilometers to go. We're dropping really early if we lose the wheel here, and my yellow bar is empty. I'm about to lose the wheel. The brake is about to be caught, but I am completely out of energy. 3.5k before the top of this climb, and more attacks are coming. It is Adam Yates going. Can I stay with Roglic? No, I can't. I am completely done for. I am dropped. Tom Pidcock is dropped. Looks like Ayuso has also blown up. We're 3 minutes 45 behind the front of the race, but that does not include Roglic. He's about 1.5 minutes ahead. That being said, we've got quite a few riders that, I'm scared. Carapaz and Ciccone on 5.5 minutes, and they're 3 minutes 45 ahead. So, am I losing my top 5 here, my podium? It is possible. The front of the race is on the final climb of the day, the Antoniot climb, 8k at 5%, Simon Yates, Adam Yates, Bardet, and Derek G. They are on roughly 10 minutes of me in GC, but Carapaz and Ciccone are the dangerous ones on 5.5 minutes. I am 4.5 minutes behind on the front of the race, so I need to keep pushing towards the top of this climb. I can do maybe 70, something like that. Can I relay with these guys to maybe get something going? I don't know. Unironically, my podium is in danger here. Come on, Pidcock, keep pushing, keep pushing. We're 5 minutes 35 behind Ciccone. Ciccone is passing us in GC, but I'm trying to push with Ayuso. Come on, buddy, work together. We gotta get to the finish line. Bardet has won the stage. I've missed it. Ciccone comes in 5th, and that's the scary one. Carapaz in 6th. Roglic is nowhere as well, by the way. He's all the way in Narnia right here, getting dropped by multiple riders, and Pidcock is not that far behind Roglic. We shouldn't have been looking at Roglic. We should have been looking at Ciccone. Pidcock is crossing the line on 6 minutes and 10 seconds of the winner, Romain Bardet. So maybe 5 minutes 30 from Ciccone? I don't know. It's going to be really close. We might lose our 2nd place here. I think it's fair to say that stage was a bit of a disaster. Like, compared to Roglic, we had a great stage. Only losing a minute to Roglic on this mountain stage? Fantastic. The big problem is Giulio Ciccone finished 5 minutes higher than Roglic. No, we've lost our podium completely. Oh my god. Not only Ciccone, but also Carapaz passes us. I did not see that coming. We're now on a minute 30 of Roglic, who is still in the lead of the race. Ciccone is 27 seconds ahead of us, and Carapaz only 6 seconds. I think it's fair to say our top 4 is basically safe. 3 minutes on Adam Yates, 4 minutes on Derek G. We should be able to keep that, but it's gonna be so difficult to get a podium spot back. We need Roglic, Ciccone, or Carapaz to have a very bad day on stage 20. And the sad reality is, this stage fits them better. The first 70% of the stage is basically a nothing burger, but then starts the Colle delle Finestre, a massive climb. I'm saying 18 kilometers at like 8.8%. Without a doubt, the hardest climb in this entire Giro d'Italia. But the race does not finish on top. There's a descent towards the foot of Sestriere, a pretty easy climb. So, looking at the parkour, how can we get 6 seconds on Carapaz in this stage? First of all, we can't drop on Finestre because then the game is done for. There's also 3 bonus seconds in the middle of the Colle del Finestre climb, in the middle of the gravel sector. That's a crazy placement, but that's an option. I think we're gonna have to play with the bonus seconds because I just don't see us dropping Carapaz on this stage. Okay, it's time, I guess, for a super decisive last mountain stage. Well, that's not a great start. I swear my entire team has bad form. Pidcock with a -1, but then again we get a +1 on our mountain stats, so that's good, I guess. That being said, in about 29 kilometers, there's an intermediate sprint with bonus seconds. So I've put Moschetti at the front. I'm gonna keep this pace going, hoping that we can catch these 5-6 breakaway riders so that we can fight for the bonus seconds with Pidcock. There we go, catching the breakaway. Warbass, Verona, and so forth are getting caught. 6 kilometers to go towards the intermediate sprint. Frison is pushing. Come on, come on, come on. 3 kilometers to go. Asparen, Donovan in the wheel, doing a lead out pretty soon. Come on, team. We can do this. Last 2 kilometers. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Donovan can take over on not 99, let's do 95. Pidcock is ready to launch his sprint. Way too early right now. There we go. Pidcock from the wheel. Come on. No one else sprint, please. No one else sprint, please. Yes. Tom Pidcock takes 3 seconds. So we haven't the advantage that Carapaz has on us, but it cost quite a bit of energy, and that's a problem. Okay, a bit further in the stage now. Colle del Finestre will start in about 10 kilometers. Massive climb. Breakaway of 3 riders, Hirschi, De Marchi, and Stone Emitted. Nothing dangerous about them. 2 minutes 30 on the peloton right now, led by Red Bull, Bora, Hansgrohe, and Little Trek. I need to get some water for Pidcock, otherwise the guy will not look too good on the final climb. Then again, dehydration is the key to victory. Here we go, the climb is starting. Colle del Finestre, 18.3 kilometers, 9.2%. That is such a hard climb, and I think it won't go very well for Tom Pidcock if the last stage was anything to go about, so I am in so much fear right now. To be honest, the tempo in the peloton is basically nothing, so at the moment, Pidcock's doing really well. He's not... Oh, Zukovsky has punctured. That's a bit of a bummer, but he was not necessarily the most vital part of my plan. There is no tempo in this group, so the bigger the group on this climb means the slower the tempo, means the more chance that Pidcock can get 3 seconds at that random intermediate sprint. Ooh, just as I say that, Hugh Carthy goes to the front to pace for Richard Carapaz, so it's like they heard my plan. Okay, the tempo is really going up now. The gravel sector is about to start pretty soon, and EF and Little Trek are really pushing it. The brake's about to be caught. Come on, Pidcock. Keep flying, brother. Keep flying. Donovan will be next to protect my man, but right now I'm losing positions in the group, so the tempo is too fast for me. From this position, there's also 0 chance I can actually go for that intermediate sprint, so that's another bummer, but Pidcock is suffering. 8k towards the top. Come on, Pidcock. Keep on pushing your own tempo. Do your own tempo. The gravel sector start. This is your home. Looks like Cepeda is done for, so that's nice, but Bardet is now sitting at the front doing nothing. Come on, Pidcock. Move up slowly but surely to the front of the group. I won't get there before the sprint, but I might survive the climb. Attack at the front by Wout van Aert, Bardet, and Mikel Landa. No response from the peloton. Ooh, more attacks. Ciccone is attacking with Roglic. Where is Carapaz? Where is Carapaz? He's sitting in this group. If I can just survive in this group, then... No, I don't think it's possible. Pidcock is perishing at the moment. My man was not built for climbing. It says Carapaz is attacking, but he's sitting right here in this group, so I'm only a little bit behind. I'm trying to pace myself back, but I've got no yellow bar. It's all down to my red bar, and that's also not looking too bright. Pidcock is struggling and is out of energy. 2.5k towards the top of Colle del Finestre. I am 2 groups behind. I'm a minute 40 behind on this group with Carapaz, so I am completely doomed. I am doomed. I'm losing my podium. I think I'm losing my top 5. I think I'm losing everything. On the right top, we can see that we're virtually still 4th in GC, so we gotta find a way to keep Adam Yates behind us. And like, Pidcock is a fantastic descender, but I can't push on this descent because I need to use this time to recover. Wait a second, I think Carapaz has just crashed in the descent. He's now a minute behind the Roglic group, and I swear I saw something on the right bottom. And he's now only 45 seconds ahead of Pidcock, so hope is back. I believe again. It's still 12 kilometers to the finish line on this Sestriere climb, so I can't push too much on this valley segment. All these other riders are pushing super hard, trying to move ahead, but like Carapaz, for example, he attacked to close the Roglic group again, which he spent so much energy doing that. Meanwhile, Bardet and Van Aert are still at the front of the race fighting for the stage win. Wout van Aert on the Colle del Finestre stage. I don't think I'll be losing my top 5 here. I just need to keep my own tempo. I don't have energy, but neither do any other riders in this group here, which is the GC group. Hola, Mes Pedersen to the rescue. I've been caught by a group and there's quite a few riders willing to ride here, so that's perfect. That being said, it will not be enough to catch the Carapaz group because they're attacking once again. Roglic is pacing, and at the front, Bardet and Van Aert are still fighting for the stage win. 1.7k to go. Or will the GC group close them down? Roglic is coming very swiftly right now, and oh my god, Roglic has just taken 3 minutes 30 on us with that group. We might lose our 4th place, and I can't keep pushing because I just don't have the energy. The stage win is going to be for Roglic, maybe? I think so. Primoz Roglic wins in Sestriere. We've got Carapaz taking bonus seconds, so it doesn't matter anyway. We're 3 minutes 36 behind, so it's not like we were gonna take Carapaz's 3rd spot anyway. Tom Pidcock had a fantastic Giro d'Italia, but in the last 2 stages, it's all falling apart. We're finishing on over 4 minutes in this stage, and we are losing our 4th position. Please let me keep our 5th position. I want to stay in the top 5. But honestly, I fear we've lost that one too. Yeah, Derek G also finished so high, so I feel like we've lost our top 5 completely. Well, that's depressing. 5:55 down in 6th position. Tom Pidcock, just outside of our top 5. I think it's fair to say our top 4 is basically saved. Our main goal of this Giro looks fantastic. 4 stages ago, we were literally in the lead of this race, but it all fell apart in the last few mountain stages. That is really, really painful. And I don't feel like I made any serious mistakes, so I think it's just the fact that Tom Pidcock only has 75 mountain. It's costing us in the mountains. It's very logical, but still very sad to see it happen. Anyway, on to the final stage then. The intermediate sprints and bonus seconds will not matter, but I want to try and win the stage. I want to try and win with Matteo Moschetti. Can Q36.5 finish the Giro d'Italia with 9 stage wins? Let's find out. So, entering the last 10 kilometers of the final sprint stage, Brambilla is ready to start pushing in this descent maybe. Donovan can get out of the way. We've got plenty of riders in our train, but come on, Brambilla, keep pushing. Can I split the peloton in this small descent? No, I cannot. I was hoping maybe I would see... Oh, I have split the peloton. Please tell me Derek G is behind. Please tell me Derek G is behind. I'm taking a look right now. Nope, he's in the front group. Any GC rider behind? Nope. Very, very sad. Anyway, last 3 kilometers, Frison is ready to go. Too early maybe? No, not too early at all. Sukovsky out of the way, buddy. Pidcock ready to launch right now. We are so blocked in. We are so blocked in, but Moschetti is in the wheel. Moschetti is in the wheel, can launch right now with 1k to go. Come on, Moschetti, try and compass, try and compass. Come on, Moschetti. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, 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 no. Caden Groves wins. We finish 5th in our final sprint stage. Yes, there's a gap in the peloton. No, it's not Derek G. So yeah, I'm still very sad. But hey, jokes aside, this was a fantastic Giro d'Italia. I loved playing it from start to finish. Even when we were suffering in the final stages, I still loved it. And the winner is Primoz Roglic of Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. We tried, we fought, we did everything we could, but we finished 6th place with Tom Pidcock on 5:55, just behind Derek G. But we also take home the Ciclamino jersey with Tom Pidcock, Moschetti actually in 2nd as well in this classification, so we dominated this race when it comes to stage wins. 8 stage wins for their first Grand Tour, Q36.5. That is amazing. Honestly, in the last 24 hours playing through this entire Giro, I was just so incredibly immersed, and Tom Pidcock finishing 6th, yes, I'm still sad, but at the end of the day, the overwhelming feeling is that I had a lot of fun. I want to give a massive shout out to Joe Tims, also known as Tim Soski. He makes PCM videos on YouTube as well, and he's the person editing my Pro Cycling Manager videos and this extremely long, massive video of a Giro d'Italia playthrough. He plans to make a similar video on his channel, so go check it out. Lastly, if you're still watching, I want to thank you as well for the support on my PCM content, and I hope you had as much fun watching today as I had playing this playthrough. Anyway, don't forget to enjoy the real Giro d'Italia, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!